Is there a method you recommend for law students and recent graduates over other methods? Yes. The method that I recommend for law students and recent graduates that I believe works the best, in my opinion, is targeted mailing. I have seen just so much success with that. I mean, it's really pretty phenomenal. That you need to build big lists of firms, so you need to do a lot of research, and that's another topic that I'll cover. But targeted mailing works very, very well. I mean, I've seen so many attorneys get positioned with it. For years, Legal Authority used to be a fairly significant company. We probably had 30, 40 people working at it. I would see people coming out of these law schools, these fourth-tier law schools every year, and a lot of them were not the greatest law students. I mean, they were even very good law students, and they were doing these targeted mailings and just a lot of times just getting multiple jobs when people from Ivy League law schools weren't getting as many jobs. I mean, they might not have been getting jobs paying as much, but they were doing very well. So I always recommend targeted mailing. And you can build these lists on your own. And the thing that's so important for law students to remember and recent graduates is when you're using an online job site, everybody's using that online job site. Now, you may be finding jobs on a site like Law Crossing, or if you're using small publications and association sites that aren't in a lot of places and aren't getting a lot of applicants. But just remember that other people are applying to the same jobs. If you're applying to places that don't necessarily have ads out and they may have a need, it's so much more effective because you're literally covering much more of the job market. You're one of very few applicants. And it's just much better. And the problem with a lot of times career services is great, by the way. I mean, they do so much, but at the same time, career services offices only has a limited number of contacts in each city. So they're not, keep in mind, I mean, in a city like Los Angeles, I mean, there's thousands and thousands of law firms and tens of thousands of companies and hundreds of different little government offices and so forth. And they do not have contacts with all those. So the only way you can possibly have contacts is if you build a list of all those people. And so that is very, very helpful. And you really need to build a list and you need to, and I will educate everybody on that in coming weeks because it's just so important, but it works. And I really cannot stress it enough. Just keep in mind, job sites, you're only covering a very small percentage of the market. When you use career services offices, you're only covering a very small percentage of the market. Common methods of applying to jobs are applying to like all the firms in the NALP guide, downloading lists of that. Those firms receive thousands of applications most times. So it's just, you need to go where other people aren't applying for jobs. And it's really going to work wonders for you. I wish there was some way I could emphasize that even more because it's just so incredible how many jobs you can get that way. But it really does work.